welcome to our today's lesson. This is Chemistry Online learning process. Today we have one part of the previous class that was the main source of hydrocarbon compounds. So from this, we are going to focus at coal. But let me revise what we have in our last class. That was about source of hydrocarbon compounds or natural gas. There are four important sorts of hydrocarbon compounds. The first one is natural gas, and the second petroleum, and the third one is crude oil and coal. So in our previous class, we have three important sorts of hydrocarbon compounds. The first one is natural gas, and the second one is crude oil, petroleum, and today we are going to see coal. And natural gas, the most of natural gas, 9% of natural gas is CH4 or methane. But in less amounts, there are like butane, ethane, and butane. And some additional gases like nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen sulfide. The natural gas is the most important thing next to hydrogen molecule, And when we see in petroleum is it's a mixture of natural gas, and it has two Latin words. That means petro means rock, and oleum means oil. So rock oil. Most of the time it is found in the long, deep part of our land. And next we are going to say about crude oil. Crude oil, it's a kind of mixture, natural gases, and most of the time it is a dark colored viscous liquid found in the earth. It may be alone or a mixture of natural gases. So it has additional like nitrogen, sulfur gases. And next we are going to say about coal. Coal is so important thing when you see is formally natural by the decomposition of plants and animals for several years underground. It's not found at the surface of the earth. It's most of the time the decomposition of plant. The decomposition of what? A plant for several years. And it's important for source of aromatic hydrocarbons, and it's relatively carbon consisting compound, but we don't use it directly, the source of carbon, but if we make heating, it's a source of heating mineral coal in the absence of air, or oxygen is called destructive distillation of coal, or cooking or of coal. When coal is heated in the absence of air, it gives a volatile product and coal. Cook and volatile products are given when we make what in the absence of air. When we make it's not relatively pure, important source of aromatic hydrocarbon. Heating mineral coal in the absence of air or oxygen is called destructive distillation of coal, or cooking of coal. When coal is heating in the absence of air, gives us volatile product and coke. The volatile product and coke. It is volatile product separates into cool, gas, and liquid. Cool gas, this is we call it coal tar. When cooled aromatic hydrocarbons and the main other substance, this the cool tar. When we make cooled aromatic hydrocarbon and mineral, many other substances are added from coal by the fractional distillation. Cook when it is relatively solid and relatively pure form of carbon. It is at a fuel in the absence in the France. When iron is processing, it is used as a fuel during the extraction of iron. It's also used to produce gas, fuels such as water gas. And water gas is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen, and produce a gas, a mixture of nitrogen and carbon monoxide. You know, there are two important things here. The first one is culture, and the other one is coke. When we talk about cool tar, after we make heat, it will be cooled. Then we have a technique that is fractional distillation. It's a physical technique of separating a mixture. When we make fractional distillation, it is separated by their boiling points. The lower boiling points are evaporated first, and the higher boiling point substance are remaining there. Then we make separating, you know. And but when we talk about coke, it is which is a solid and relatively pure form of carbon, is used as a fuel in the fuel transference. It's used for other purposes during the making as fuel for extracting irons. It's also used to produce what? Gaseous fuels such as water gas. Water gas is also a fuel. It's a kind of fuel, but water gas is a mixture of hydrogen molecule and carbon dioxide. And the second one, producer gas, a mixture of nitrogen and carbon dioxide. This is all about our today's lesson. You know, we have so that most of the time those natural or hydrocarbon compounds are found in the form of molecule mixture, or it may be in the form of pure or alloy. You see, to make separating this kind of compounds, we should use different techniques like cracking and fractional distillation. When we talk cracking, those long chain hydrocarbon compounds, carbon compounds, polymolecular carbons are separated by making what? Cracking. Cracking is breakdown to the simplest molecules of hydrocarbons. Most of the times, this aromatic hydrocarbons and other long chain molecules or poly molecules are used to separated by what? By cracking method. And the second one is fractional distillation. Fractional distillation is the process of separating by making heat. Those the highest melting points are remaining inside, and those lowest melting point compounds are extracted first. This is a technique how to make separate a mixture. So thank you very much for your listening, and I hope you will come next with questions in my comment section. Take care until next time.